We are grade 12 HUMSS students from
Liceo de
Cagayan University. We are your future lawyers.
I am Roosevelt, a Mamza.
I am Everianne Pangca. I am Nicole and Gemilo. And I am Ashnia Divino.
And in this room, we have attorney Michael Carl Cagayan. So good afternoon, attorney.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So what can I do for you?
We will ask some questions regarding your profession, sir. So, are we all good?
Yes.
Okay.
Proceed.
So, may we ask what is your exact title or what is your specialization in terms of this profession?
I graduated first in Xavier University for the Bachelor of Laws in 2011. Then I took the bar examination sometime in November of 2000 of the same year. So the result came out the next year around March of 2012. At first, I do not know what would I do because I'm a lawyer at that time. So I texted my friends, classmates, if there is an opening. In 2012, I joined this law firm, Palasan Law Office. This is the founding partner of this law office is Attorney Tiburcio Palasan Jr. In 2013, however, I transferred to the National Labor Relations Commission as one of the drafters of the decision. I stayed there for 4.5 years. So basically, I was adept, focused on labor cases. However, my commissioner retired. So the same way, because we are coterminous with our commissioner, in August of 2017, I transferred to Davao City as one of the legal counsels of Sumifru Corporation, engaged in exporting banana in different countries like Japan, Korea, China, and other countries. However, because of the distance, I'm a resident of Cagayan de Oro, and Davao City is around 300 kilometers away, and I have to visit my family every time, now and then. So I had to return permanently in Cagayan de Oro. So I joined again this law office sometime in January of 2019. Basically, the law firm is handling different types of cases like criminal cases, civil cases, labor cases, administrative cases, and all other types of cases. Unlike, to answer your question, what is my expertise? Doctors, the difference between doctors and lawyers is like doctors have specialization. However, for lawyers, we have no specializations. We can handle all types of cases.
Sir, thank you so much for that information.
So, sir, can you give us an overview about your duties, sir, functions, and responsibilities as a lawyer, sir?
First, we have to establish the so-called lawyer-client relationship. Like any other relationships, whether it is a spouse, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, we have also called lawyer and client relationship to establish. Like any other relationship, we have responsibilities, obligations to our clients. Okay? First is to, depending on the type of cases, whether we are on the defense or the defense side, okay, to have a concrete example, if we are on the defense side, like for the accused, we have the obligation to defend our client. But to shorten that, under our legal ethics, we have to render justice in all types of cases. In particular, we have numerous duties and responsibilities like attending court hearings, not only in court as well as quasi-judicial court. Unlike the courts, quasi-judicial courts are attached to the executive department. So we have three branches, as you can remember: legislative, judicial, and executive. So we have to attend, we have to file pleadings, we have to draft, file pleadings, we have to render legal opinions, we have to strategize the entire case from the very beginning up to the end, and also to submit pleadings as required by the courts as well, motions, etc. We have to interview witnesses as well to draft their judicial affidavits to be submitted again to the court. So basically, that's to shorten, that's the process. What would a lawyer do to his or her client as a lawyer? But that we have not, for that particular portion in legal ethics, not only that we have obligation to our clients, we have obligation as well as to the community. We have obligation as well as to the court. We cannot say yawa in court, yawa ka judge, okay? Because we have an obligation to the court to be respectful. We have obligation to the society, that we cannot just be, lawyers cannot be seen outside society that we are drunkard, okay? We are not, we have obligations also to be a role model. Sure.
So regarding the cases you've handled, sir, what cases do you found interesting, sir?
Interesting? Actually, all our cases are very interesting. Okay. We have recently we have one criminal case. We are defending the accused, and last January 8th of this year, 2021, the court rendered judgment admitting the accused. So in short, we won. Now there are also other cases, very interesting also. My personal case, I have a personal case which I also won in labor case, where there was I will not declare the monetary judgment or the judgment award, but it's a pretty big amount.
So, how would you assess your prestige levels, sir, in such
Prestige.
levels?
Well, prestige, the definition of prestige would depend on the perception of the person. We have different. For me, prestige, there is no prestige in the layman's term of what is prestige about being a lawyer, because lawyering has a big responsibility. Okay? We may be, if for example, if we will be late in filing a pleading, it might lose the property or the life of our client. So we have to be very maybe because lawyers, you would see lawyers wearing a robe or suit in court because that is required of the lawyers. But prestige, for me, prestige in rendering justice makes me personally proud of myself. But not being just to be a lawyer, not that if you're a lawyer, you're a prestigious man, no.
Sir, so which aspects of like your background have been most helpful?
Background. In rendering my lawyering.
Yes, sir.
Well, my grandfather was also a lawyer when he was alive. He was the provincial fiscal of the entire Lanao. When Lanao was not yet divided, because for now there are two Lanao, Lanao del Norte and Lanao del Sur. He was once the provincial fiscal of the Lanao, and he helped so many clients in those times. And I am proud to say that he's not a corrupt person. In fact, I remember my grandmother when he was still alive, that my grandfather, this Limkit Kai, the Limkit Kai, when he was a Chinese citizen at that time, approached my grandfather in Iligan City and asked that he be considered a Filipino. My father just told him to sing the Lupang Hinka. No need, but Limkit Kai at that time brought with him bundles of money to pay off my grandfather. However, Limkit Kai did not return, so we don't know what happened to him. Maybe he went to another lawyer or fiscal that would accept him as a Filipino. Limkit Kai at that time was a pure Chinese like the grandfather. He cannot speak Tagalog or cannot sing the Lupang Hiniran. But basically, being a Filipino, if you want to be a Filipino citizen, then you have to sing this Lupang Hiniran. Not just by memorizing it, but by singing it by heart.
Sir, so what is the company or this organization's mission statement?
The Palasan Law Office mission statement is basically to help the needy, the poor, and to render justice.
So, where do you and your supervisors listen to the have you supervised it?
Supervise whom?
Next,
In the organizational structure of the Palasan Law Office, we have now 4 lawyers. Okay, the attorney first is the founding partner, is the attorney Kings Palasan Divino. And we have also attorney Galeon and me, and we have the newest partner here, attorney Alexandra Castillo. So you can see the other room there, posted attorney Alexandra Castillo. And we have secretaries here and legal researchers. Basically, our legal researchers are currently students of the Xavier University College of Law. Like Des here, you can see Des. And we have also downstairs, Joy here is secretary up here, upstairs. We have also secretaries of Representatives Palasan downstairs because he has this notary public. So, and he has also Rufa there, and sometimes Rufa is also a student in College of Law. She also assists us in drafting pleadings or documents. So we supervise all.
Sir, so aside from your grandfather, sir, which aspects of your background have been most important influential to your work?
Basically the news. Previously the news bothered me when I was young. I often read news that is basically disadvantages to work to the Navy. And I was thinking that maybe someday I could render help at the time.
So, in being a nurse, what is the highest level job one can hold in this career, sir?
Highest job level. It would depend because we have these government lawyers and we have these private practitioners. Okay. Now, in government lawyering, the highest would depend on what branch. In the judiciary, it would be the Chief Justice. It's the highest level. Okay? Justice of the Supreme Court. While in the executive, maybe the president, because President Digo is a lawyer himself. Okay. Now in the legislative, maybe the senators. Most of them, or some of them, are lawyers also. But we have also prosecutors or the fiscals. But in the government service, there is so-called salary grades around, and there is corresponding salary for that. In private practice, the highest in the it would depend. There is no whether you are the highest level or not, because it would depend on how you handle cases, how many clients you have. Because in private practice, we are not receiving monthly compensation, but it would depend on the payment of the clients. What type of cases? Okay. Maybe in private practice also you may be a branch manager of the bank, or maybe in private practice you may be just merely notarizing if you are old and you cannot go to 70-year-old, 80. So you just sit there, put there a table, and you have your stamp. Okay, what do you want? Affidavit of loss. So there's no fixed level. What is the highest level of the private practice?
So it's just depends, sir.
It would depend on there's no fixed. Because we cannot say that because you are earning higher than me, your level is higher. Because lawyering, as I've said, is basically rendering justice.
So, sir, what do you like and not like about working in this particular profession?
Well, mostly I really like what I'm doing. Helping people, helping clients. But what are our frustrations as lawyers is that with all the laws, jurisprudence, when I say jurisprudence, decisions of the Supreme Court that are favorable to us, despite all of those laws and jurisprudence, the judge or the trial court would go against our argument. So that would be the most frustrating. After all, we are all humans. We we commit mistakes, judges likewise commit mistakes. So we have to accept that reality. But there is a remedy. If the judges would commit mistakes, then we go to the higher court and file an appeal that this trial court rendered an error in his or her judgment up to the Supreme Court. As I've told sometimes my client that what is after the Supreme Court, I've told them there's one remedy. You go to Sikihor. Why Sikihor? Yes, because there is like the kulang. You have to kulang your. But going back that is the last recourse, the Supreme Court.
So, attorney, if you will be given a chance to change something on your career, what would it be?
Change something
Yes.
in my career? You mean to say a different profession?
Yes.
Aside from your career?
Aside from that,
Aside from being
being a lawyer.
a lawyer? I don't know if I want to be a terrorist. No, I would still choose lawyer. I would still choose lawyer. I cannot go to being a doctor because I'm afraid of those blood. Maybe a teacher because I'm a teacher as well. Of the COC. Yes, I teach the undergrad, the accountancy. Because they have this board exam in accountancy and they have this law subjects as well.
So, sir.
Attorney?
It's okay.
So, can you suggest some ways a person can obtain the experience necessary to enjoy this field, sir?
You don't have to have the experience. Basically, I don't have experience before I entered this profession. But what is required of you, I believe, is passion. What would you do with the experience if you do not have that passion?
So, what special advice, sir, that you will give if you have a student seeking to qualify for these positions? Like, aside from passion, what skills do they need?
Skills. First, you have previously one of the skills to be able to pass this bar exam, so-called bar exams, that you have to have a good handwriting. Because the bar exam is an essay type. There's a booklet.
Is it difficult, sir?
It will depend on the applicant for the bar exam. So you have to have a good, because the examiner would have to read your answer and take you accordingly if he or she cannot read your answer correctly. Most probably, you will fail. But I heard that for this year's examination, it will be computerized. So I don't know if it will push through or not. And you have to have a basic good grammar.
So, sir, in that essay, sir, how many paragraphs would it require, sir? How many paragraphs? Or is it limited only?
Again, it will depend on the question. First, your answer will be straight to the point. If it's answerable by yes or no, please answer yes or no first, then conclude, and then explain. So, in one paragraph, previously when we were taught that in one paragraph you do around 2 or 3 sentences and then the next paragraph. But do not go beyond the question. So yes, it will depend on the question.
So regarding to your experience, or what have you experienced hardships and obstacles while you were going
As a law student,
Yes.
as a law student, we have in one subject, we have to read 100 cases for that day, for that particular class. But we just don't read the 100 cases for that particular subject, but we have to read 3 textbooks. You know, you have to compare. Unlike in high school, elementary, high school, or college, they designate 1 textbook. But we compare authors. What does this author says? And the other one. So we compare all. As much as possible, you read all the textbooks. So we have no problem reading. But we have problem with the time constraints. Like, that is not the only subject that we will read. So we will read 100 cases. How long would for you to take to read all those? And the next day will be your class. What about the other subject? So the time constraints. So you have this speed reading capability. You have to read very fast. And at the same time, you have to analyze.
Sir, does law have math?
No?
Yes. Have math, sir?
Yes. We also have math, but not the what we call the taxation law.
Taxation law.
Taxation law. But in the bar examination, we are not required to compute. Maybe we will be asked what is the tax, or how much is the tax for withholding tax of the salary. The train law, depending on usually the question of the bar exam will focus on the recent laws that were passed by our Congress or our Senate. So the train law, the VAT law, so how much, so not much focused on how to compute.
So what advice will you give, sir, regarding these questions? Like, as encouragement or warning?
Encouragement or warning. As an encouragement, lawyering is not really for all. I noticed when I was a student, I have those classmates that are valedictorian, during the undergrad times. Usually these are women. Okay? But when the teacher or judge, usually our teacher is the judge, he would say, "Bogok ka." Then my classmate would not tell me the next day because she was very. Yes. You will stand for maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour. But for men like us, we've been told by the judges that we will treat one bottle outside. So, I saw it as part of the training. I did not saw it as to demean you as a person. Because after all, if you will enter the courtroom, and we have again that very strict judge that will even scold the lawyer. So you are ready. You have experienced that during your law school.
So, sir, when did you realize that you wanted to become a lawyer?
When I was in elementary.
What inspiration and the drives you most to become a lawyer?
because there was a competition among the siblings, of the children of my grandparents. That however nobody pursued. And then afterwards, the second generation, the grandchildren, it was the first attempt was my cousin. However, she did not push through. As such, I am the first or the first one from my grandfather.
So, if you look at my answer, how many cases have you had in the
In the we are not so much on the, again, what, because the term win is really subjective term. We are more inclined to in rendering justice. Okay. Now, I have no statistics on how many, but maybe I can say that around 95% we render justice.
Sir, I have a question, sir. But I am so confused if how many years should you study law, because I thought it was 10 years from the when I was a child, and then when I googled it, it became 8 years, and then when you take it out in college, it's just 4 years, and then you proceed to a Juris Doctor in 3 years. So it should so 7 years. Lugar siya, sir, an answer, or 8 years lang siya.
Part of the requirement to enroll in college of law is that you have to have a college degree, 4 years.
Yes, sir.
College degree, and then you can then file an application for the college of law. Prior to that, there is an entrance examination for the entire law as required by the city. But I believe it was removed. Now, it would depend on the school. Okay. In addition to that, there is also a requirement by the Supreme Court with a number of units: social science, mathematics, English. Now, the problem is if you graduated as a nursing student, then maybe you lack certain units in certain subjects. But it would depend on the law school. The law school would grant you to be a student, but at the same time you will enroll that in the undergrad school. Like for example, the social sciences, you have lacking 3 units, okay, you can enroll that in the college or whatever. To answer your question, 4 years.
4 years.
And then there is another 4 years.
So 8 years. Balance, sir.
But, yes,
The 4 years is for Juris Doctor.
the Juris Doctor is not really required to become that part for you to take the bar examination. It's just a title. So, only 8 years.
8 years.
For 4 years only if you have complied with the 4-year undergrad course. However, in the 4-year College of Law, as I said earlier, you have to read textbooks for one subject, you have to read 100 cases for that particular class day. So you have to divide these units into instead of 4 years, you will get it in 6 years. So that you have the quality input in preparation for the bar examination because of the work. You do not just want to become a local.
Sir, I have a question, sir. So, for you, sir, is there a best pre-law course?
for me personally, I'm not very particular with the best grade, of course. Some of my colleagues would say that also is yes.
Yes.
But for me, I'm management graduate. Some of my classmates is a nurse. Now is a lawyer. Some of my classmates are engineer. And now, lawyer.
The profession.
So, as long as you comply with the requirements of the Supreme Court, and there is this passion, I believe that there is yes,
Depends on the students, sir.
yes.
Sir, I have a question. How does this profession change you as a person? Or how did it change your life?
Yes, there is so much a difference. Previously, when I was a student, there is culture that we have to protect, okay, especially in public. Again, we cannot be seen outside, going to places that are not basically good to the eyes of the public, because we have obligation to the society. Besides that, of course, the financial gain, because of the complexity, the solve problems, and by solving problems, there is a return, payment for that matter. And well, we have to admit that clients have to spend money for his or her cost.
So, once you're being a private attorney to other advantage, rent out by some of it's a difference.
The difference basically is that they are salaried employees. Clients, if you are a lawyer and you have client, the client is not obligated to pay him or her, because the power lawyer is given a salary by the government through the taxes. Unlike in private practitioner, there is no boundary, no limit to your income. It go up, and up. Or if you are lazy, down, down, down. Unlike in PAO, if you are just a bit lazy, okay, I will just receive that salary anyway.
So, lawyer sir, what was the low price you've ever gained, sir? What is the lowest price you've ever gained, sir?
Price. I'm not very particular with the fees, because attorney's fees would depend on several factors. First, the capacity of the client to pay. Why would you ask higher price for that particular client if he or she is poor? Sometimes we even render pro bono. Pro bono is free. We render free legal service. And we as private practitioners are required by the Supreme Court to render pro bono cases for a particular number of hours. So that is the lowest one because it's free.
So free and cost. There's no cost.
That's the lowest. Zero. You earn zero income from that particular client. But we select the most poor, the medium.
Sir, my last question is, can you hear what is your motto in this? Sir, in your life, sir?
Motto?
Motto.
Wowin.
Going, what's your motto in life? It's like that, no? I don't think I have a motto in life. But just be honest with yourself, honest with the other people.
Philosophy.
Give everyone is due, rest their justice. Be simple. And of course, be happy. Okay, this is what you want.
Yes.
And then, just be happy.
No more question. So thank you so much, attorney.
Okay.
Really appreciate it,
Okay.
sir. Thank you for the time you allocated.
Yeah, you got me begging, begging, baby, please don't go.